I want this to be my audience.
I was about to say something. I'm glad you said we live because I was about to say a lot of
yeah. According to progress, we figuring it out. You know, get that disgusting graphic off of your Zoom, sir.
I wouldn't call it disgusting.
Just not good looking. It's like
not appeasing to the eyes.
Yeah, that one gonna have to wait till later.
With the culture.
That's like a 10 minutes to closing graphic.
In Stephenville.
In Stephenville.
Stephenville.
I forgot we were live, but yeah.
Oh man. So here we go. Everybody knows the show.
Kerry forgot how to introduce us. It's been so long.
He said,
what
remember our name no more?
What was the name again? I forgot the name. No, I didn't, because it's lifestyle. Be a Light podcast mission statement. The #1 mentorship for mindset development, career ascension, education, and leadership cultivation. Our DNA is we're authentic, positive. We respect all sex, race, religion, political views, and preference, and we have a great sense of humor. Group, we like to be funny, like to have a good time. If you're sensitive, this is the wrong show for you. Today, we are going to dig into some different topics, various topics. What we're going to do first is make sure we share this to the people, because we do have this going live on YouTube. So if you ain't if you ain't checked the YouTube yet, man, y'all got to go to the YouTube page, man. Be a Light podcast. You can find us on there. Fellas, I'm gonna drop that link in the chat for y'all so we can distribute as we see fit. There y'all go. I will do the same. Let's see. Oh man, my brother done. Oh man. My brother done did the fool with this one.
What'd he do?
He was just being my brother. You know how brothers can be sometimes, man. They just be your brother and they move some stuff around that you ain't know what they did with it, but we're gonna make it work though. Cause I love my brother. Shout out to my brother, Corey. I love you, even though you moving stuff around. All right, let's see. Boom, boom. Copy. Boom, boom. Yeah. All right, cool. Y'all got to share it out.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brenton's dad, you got to share it out.
Oh.
That's what your Zoom say. It say Brenton dad.
I don't know why I say that.
You ain't know it said that?
I'm
gonna change mine to Katie's dad, so don't trip. We flexing out here. We flexing, pops.
I like that.
I like that. Daddy flexes.
I'm signed into Facebook like an old man, so I can share this link real quick.
There you go. No, it ain't like you an old man. You just trying to, you just being.
I feel like when you do it on the computer, it feels old.
If you do it on a computer?
Yeah. So I realized, I don't know what I did to my computer, but clearly my webcam does not work on it. So I do all of this from my phone.
Oh, okay. I got you. So you had to, I got you. Make it work. We'll make it work. Let's see. DeMarcus, your screen blurry. You trying to hide your background, brother?
Would you hold on for a second?
You like you struggling, man. You had the background as the Cowboys. Now you looking like Moses. And then Jarrell just logged out. It's been a while. It's been a while. Bro, we trying to get on the bike right now. Oh man.
I
Zay Jones, there you go. He's back.
was swiping everything to delete all the screens with my phone, and I swiped
Deleted us. You deleted
yeah,
us.
everybody got to go.
Somebody like, man, they don't know what they doing no more. It's been a minute.
Hey,
He
Oh
done
my
put,
gosh!
trying to pay the light bill. We back though.
Look at his background now. Now
hey, what's his name? What's that kid's name?
Fearless.
Fearless. That's not his name.
Why are you moving like that? Stop.
he wants to show his background though.
Why you?
Everybody stop.
Why do you have the Florida Gators wide receiver as your background? Though? Can you give us?
He's a Florida Gators fan.
You a Gator fan?
I'm feeling Gator fan, Karen.
I didn't know that. That's random. So where did that come from? I never knew that. Where'd that come from?
I was born in Florida.
Oh, you was born in Florida?
You didn't know that either.
I didn't know that either, man.
I've been knowing Joe this long. I don't know nothing about
That's explaining a
I
lot.
knew he was born in Florida, but what part? Because why not the youth?
who. No, Florida's the original Florida team. I was born in
Why
Jacksonville.
not Florida State?
Why not Florida State? I was just about to say that.
Why not Florida International?
See,
Why not FAMU? Why
South
don't you go
Florida.
for the
They got a bunch of
HBCUs?
states. They got a bunch of schools in Florida.
Hopefully they tapped into the podcast in Florida too. Welcome back to the Be Like Podcast. It's your boy K Sloan here with the homies.
Do we even know who we are anymore? No, Jay Jones.
we got the brain over there.
It's your boy Nate G.
That's me, the mark. Oh no, that's
Then
Nate.
you got
He finally introduced
wisdom.
himself though. Oh, this is a whole new podcast. He said his name.
Man, you gonna introduce yourself today?
I thought you do the introduction and I'd be like, yeah, that's me.
Wise, the wop, the wisdom, Mr. Lift and Go. If you know, you know. And there he go.
There you go.
There you
Ain't
go.
too much changed.
Ain't too much change, man. Ain't nothing changed but you know what I'm saying, the date. It's 9/24, 5:46. A lot of football going on, a lot of things going on. It's been a while since we've been back to give y'all some light. But you know, we coming back to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? We do what we do when we do it. What are you doing though? What are you doing?
He's getting his
This
trash bags
episode
ready.
is like brought to you by Hefty Trash Bags.
Hefty trash bags. Making sure you get your trash out of there. And man, life is good, fellas. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
Good to be back. I ain't seen y'all in a minute.
Yeah,
Well, I've seen y'all, a couple of y'all. Ain't seen y'all on the podcast in a minute, you know.
yeah.
Oh, summer really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys
Life
got
happens.
busy.
Mm-hmm.
Boys got busy, but
But we back. Back and
we
we
back.
better.
I was thinking about it like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you make the decision to commit to something or to someone, then it's like a long-term thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like it goes through phases and stages. And I think the stage we was at was that stage of just rest and recovery. So now we
Karen,
back.
you getting married?
All right.
That's not what
I was
What you
saying
eating?
this is a marriage of sorts. What are you eating though?
you just ate.
It was the onion ring that was still in there. Hey man, don't call me out, man. Karen getting married.
I'm not getting married, bro. We're married to this too. That's what I was saying. That was my connection I was trying to make. But I will get married one day though. You know what I'm saying? One day. Don't trip. Don't hold your
Kerry
breath.
will be on the next episode of The Bachelor, y'all. So
Hey man. You
we
never
can have
know.
a contest on here.
Karen needs a wife.
Yeah, I forgot I'm talking to my married brothers. You know what I'm saying? This is also why I need to do the podcast because y'all help me stay healthy mentally. So that's why this also need to go down. Which is good. So we can jump
He's a
into it.
good-looking guy. He has a stable job.
All right, so here we go. I don't need that. I don't need that. That's what I don't need. So let's go ahead and everybody disregard DeMarcus because I don't know what he's doing. What he needs to do is
Marcus
all
been drinking.
people
I told you it's gonna be lit today.
be like DMs.
DeMarcus had
DeMarcus
a couple.
Yeah,
DeMarcus had a couple.
DeMarcus can take
He had a
that
couple.
energy. He can take that energy and internalize it. So socially, man, we could talk about some social issues. We're gonna talk about, man. I guess we could pop it off, right?
Pop off.
DeMarcus, what was you thinking? Was your topic in regards to sexual self-discipline. You had brought that up. And I think, before I let you kind of introduce that, I would say that it's a topic that I think more people need to talk about openly and candidly, because there's a lot of I guess false narratives around this topic, in my opinion. But DeMarcus, what were you thinking about when it comes to sexual self-discipline?
I was around some beautiful women this weekend, my wife and her friend, and they were talking about how men don't have sexual discipline. Like, they have to dress a certain way, they have to be a certain way because we can't control our sexual desires. And, being enticed sexually doesn't mean that sex is finna happen. And, I rebutted with, it's not necessarily true. Women don't have the same sexual discipline, because if you're going out there to entice sex, or if you're trying to be sexy, who does, like I said, I've been drinking, but whose hand needs to hold the baton? Put it that way. Whose hand needs to hold the baton? So who's in control of the sexual discipline between the two sexes? Like, who needs to have more control? So this is what I was told, is that women should be able to dress a certain way. And this is gonna cause a controversy, but whatever. Women should be able to dress any way they want to. They want to be comfortable, they want to be sexy, they whatever. And it shouldn't give men the authority or the enticement to proceed in a sexual manner.
Yeah.
But to me, that discipline should be on both sides, because, I mean, if you dress inappropriately, or if you showing too much, or you doing too much, and I react to the initial action, who's in the wrong? Or who's supposed to be more disciplined in their action? They say it should be us, and then we got into a deep conversation, and I can see both sides. Yes, men should have discipline. We are the man. We should have discipline, but I was putting it out there to see what everybody thinks, because who does deserve the brunt of the blame in sexual conduct and sexual misconduct?
Well, I would like to say, before we kind of get into this, I think we should all give each other the opportunity to share on this, because we probably have different views. So with that being said, I don't think that there is ever the allowance on our part to act in response to what a woman's wearing, or respond to how even she may be portraying herself. I don't think we ever have that okay to kind of like be like, okay, I get to do this because she did this, right? Like, if I'm talking to my child, I'm looking at my daughter, who's going to be eventually a woman, right? The way that she presents herself will attract a certain energy, no matter what. Like, it's gonna be something that brings about a certain energy. How you look, how you speak, how you talk, everything you do, it brings in some type of energy. So once that energy is attracted, it's still not okay that if that energy is brought in, for that energy to you maybe take a left or a right in a certain direction. It's not like, oh, that was supposed to happen because you did that. You know what I'm saying? And I try to stay out of that judgment zone about, what women should do, because I feel like I can't win that ever. I would never win that. I don't understand that level of woman. I'm not a woman. I only understand from a man's point of view. So from a man's point of view, I believe as a man, it's always 100% in our own power to make decisions. Like, no matter whatever decision you make, you made that decision. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to like the discipline, who should have more, to me, I feel like we both should have discipline. Like, there's no okay on either side for us to be undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? And when you run into somebody that is disciplined, that's when you get embarrassed, because you thought it was something that maybe you wasn't prepared to understand in its entirety. Like, sexual energy is not meant to be acted upon every single time it's presented. I do agree with that 100%. It's not always yours. Like, every flower is not meant to be plucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not for you all the time.
There's a butt in there somewhere. What's the butt?
The butt is that sometimes certain energy is appreciated and it's embraced, but you know from your own discernment when that's that opportunity and when it's not. Or if you don't know, then you should probably play the role of safety reserve until you have the understanding to act. Because you haven't really earned that understanding if you can't tell when it's okay or when it's not. And I think that's just through life. Like you got to learn through life. And I mean, y'all probably have different perspectives, but what y'all boys thinking?
I pretty much agree with what you're saying. Like as a dude, err on the side of caution always. I think that's the number one thing, like what you said, but you can't dictate a woman's actions. You can only control your own, right? So if you don't know, then you don't know. If just like we talk about like the clothing thing, like I see that on social media all the time, like talking about what women wear and if that should make them approachable in a certain way. And it's like DeMarcus said, it's a butt in there. The butt is, what do you advertise, right? If I wear my work shirt, I advertise that I work at work, right? Like that's what it is. And to a certain point, yes, you may be advertising something, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're soliciting it. I feel like, right? So I don't know, like it's too simple to say, oh well, look at what she wore. So no, like that really don't make sense because
Real quick. I want to go back though to the soliciting part. What do you mean by soliciting for the people that don't know what that word means?
Well, definitely, since we're talking about sex, not in the sense of like a sex worker or anything like that, but in the sense of you see a girl that went out to the bar, she's dressed attractively, she's dressed like whatever appealing to you. That doesn't necessarily mean that she is.
Ask her.
Let's be real about it. It don't necessarily mean that she's into you for that reason. That's really, I feel like, what this comes down to is she may be trying to appeal to who she wants to, and it may work, but it's fishing with a wide net. Men are very simple. Men are very visual creatures, right? So if one man finds it attractive, chances are 10 men might find it attractive. Out of those 10, she may only be trying to see one of them. So what the other 9 do, it's on you to, like you said, have discernment in that situation or just choose safety. So it's this conversation, like I see it so much. And the real answer is, if you know, you know, and the only way you know is really by being told, right? If we gotta be completely true about it, right? That's the only thing that you can really say. So you just got to be smart about it. And like what DeMarcus is saying on controlling yourself and who's supposed to be in control, you have to control your actions is number one thing, right? On the flip side of it, I think it's very one-sided or dismissive or whatever we can say to truly say that the way that you present yourself has no effect on how you get treated. So if it's not a certain energy that you want to be constantly brought to you, then appearance does matter. We talked about how appearance matters on here before. So I think you have to apply those concepts in everything. But end of the day, personal choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Before you go, Gerald, let me add a scenario that I was personally adjacent to. I wasn't a part of it, but I was adjacent to it. So I have a first person view on it. So I was in the gym, right? Whatever. Go ahead and say it. So I was in the gym and I was talking to my wife about what is the thought behind a woman or male for that extent, but a person to go to a gym and have such tight fitting clothes to where it literally looks like you're naked, right? It literally looks like you're naked. So I had a guy that I'm on the treadmill with, and this woman complained about this guy for staring at her.
Right.
But the way she was dressed, it asked for attention, but at that point, me and my wife had that little back and forth where it's like, just because I wear this doesn't mean you should stare or act a certain way or whatever. So a man should have better discipline. Yeah, you can look, but don't stare. And that's that gray line that kind of teeter is like, does the man have that self-discipline? Or I'll just be honest, I get kicked off the show, I don't care. But the woman sending a signal and saying, well, I may like, out of these 10 dudes, I may like one. I may like this outfit because I feel like, I'll take this perspective too. I may have picked this outfit because I am appreciative. I am glamorizing the body that I work for. Because just like a guy will wear a string muscle shirt once he gets a chest that he likes or a back that he likes.
Yes,
so it's like I'm trying to show off what I'm proud of. So that's why I say it kind of teeters that gray line of ain't no communication in it. It's just off straight thought. Like, how is that supposed to be handled? Is that discipline? Is that not discipline? Who?
I think the staring component, like if it's solely about what your eyes are doing in the moment, that's stupid. What if somebody come outside looking weird? I'ma look. Whether it's your hair, it's your clothes, it's your whatever it is, right? If it looks either interesting or it looks weird or it looks really good, I'm gonna look and be like, oh wow, things are gonna catch your eye. So the whole visual, like you again, that's what I mean with the soliciting certain attention, right? If you put something on, you know it's going to catch people's eyes, right? You can't be mad that the eyes were caught.
That's true. I agree with that 100%. And I also think, to piggyback off what you're saying, that when someone puts something on, a lot of times it's coming from where they are mentally. So like if they put on something and they're confident enough to go out into public with no clothes on, right? Then that's their business. Now, when you make it other people's business is when you go and you complain to people about people looking at you. It's like, why would you be as confident enough to go out there in this, but then you want to badmouth everybody that looks at you? It's like, you already made a decision to not care. Because
but let me say this on that. We gotta, I think, and this is not directed at women in any way. I don't want that to be.
I mean, I can tell my own story. Yeah.
People like attention.
Mm-hmm.
People like to be the center of attention. And then people like to make whatever little narratives that they have about, oh, this and that happened. Because at the end of the day, it's a story and it's something that may get you more attention. And I think that is just a reality that we have to accept. So sometimes the outfit that's worn may be to garner attention. It may be for confidence reasons. It may be whatever it is. Like, their reason is their reason. There's I think, a very clear distinction between somebody is looking at you and somebody approaches you negatively or somebody does anything outside of that line, right? Two completely different things. To say somebody's just staring at you, what is they really doing? You came outside.
But the thing is, if it was the right person, like y'all said, the person she wanted the attention from, then it's not a problem. So like y'all said, like Nate said, she wearing it for one person or two people, and the wrong person staring at her, and now she's complaining. But if it was the person she wanted to stare at her, everything's cool. That's the problem. Like you putting it on, a man gonna look at you, like Kerry said or Nate said. If you walking around looking like that, oh, you know, I mean, I might not stare. I guess that is, I don't know how long he stared or if he said something. I don't know what the real problem was, but if you putting it on for a man to look at you, men are going to look. So,
well, plot twist. She put it on for herself. You know what I'm saying?
When you go outside,
that's what I got.
This is why I'm saying this. When you go outside, you can't control what other people do. Like, we were talking about Stephenville. We were black in Stephenville. And it wasn't the worst place in the world, but we knew at some point we may be the only black people in the place. Right. I can't be like, oh my God, I can't believe these white people are looking at me when they probably ain't never seen one of us before. Some of the small towns we didn't went to before, I've literally met kids who I was the first black person they'd never met.
Me too. Me too.
So I can't trip in the sense of you're looking. Now, it can definitely be an uncomfortable thing. I'm definitely not trying to dismiss that it can be an uncomfortable thing or that you shouldn't necessarily be staring for a long time, because that's kind of weird. but you can't control that people are going to look. Now, once we get into like, you got to set time parameters and all of that stuff, like I can't tell you the answer to this.
No, I think in the back to the topic that you said about sexual discipline, when you're talking about discipline, I think discipline should be a you thing. And I think discipline comes from focus. Like you have a focus as to why you're in the gym. If I have a focus as to why I'm in the gym, everybody in here could be wearing two pieces and looking crazy. And I'm not there for that. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to be looking. Like, I'm not even talking about that part of it. Yeah, stimulus is stimulus. But at the end of the day, I have a goal. Like me personally, I'm a personal trainer. When I'm training, I'm not thinking about what's even going on in the gym. People see me in the gym sometimes. I don't even see them. And I wear certain things when I'm training. I may not wear it typically in a social setting that I, wherever else. But it's like, I think when you have intention and you're focused, when you're not focused, you're worried about everything else around you. You know what I'm saying? Every bright light, every sparkling thing, it catches your eye because you're not focused. But I think when you have a focused intention on why you're in the setting or why you're doing something, you don't really notice all those other things. You don't care about how people are looking at what you're wearing. You focused on you, which comes into that sexual discipline, which actually for single folks looking for the ability to be a desired, I feel like you're more desirable when you focused anyway. Like those are the people that get the attention anyway. It's the people that are focused and driven and they're going towards somewhere because they have goals. Like people without goals, everything got their attention. They always all over the place, overstimulated. You know what I'm saying?
And for all those beautiful women out there, Carrie is a focus.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. All right, next topic. You need to chill.
We got that one off the board.
You gotta chill. You about to be gone. He about to be gone, bro. He about to be gone. Like we 16 minutes here, bro. Almost out of there. DeMarcus, strike two. G.
Nah, I feel like the ultimate answer on all of this is dudes, you got to control yourself because at the end of the day, it's not really your decision that matters. Like ultimately, it's what the woman felt. So if she feels she doesn't want you to look, then I don't know, put your eyes on the floor or something like it. But it's a weird thing in public. It's like you don't know in public. Like, but
I catch myself doing that, but it's a duality. It's respect for my wife, and it's also like Carrie said, I'm focused. I'm going to the gym to do a certain thing. I don't even want nobody thinking that I'm looking at them in that type of way or trying to approach. Because women will do the same thing. Hey, we got to be honest. Women do the same thing. They wear certain things. They will come and they will be in your area and won't even be working on the machine. They just want to catch your attention. So if everybody on the back row are the Stairmasters, I literally will walk with my head down. You can call it, weak or whatever. It's respect for my wife, and it's also like I'm not even trying to entertain that type of stuff.
It's not.
They got some pants now to where I literally can see the top of your buttock to the bottom.
It's like an old man right now, boy. You sound like an old school dude.
But the flip side of that, I know we gotta go to the next topic. The flip side of that is if you're going to the gym and your focus is to get better, I don't understand the need for it. I understand the appeal, but I don't understand the need for
it. But to close, in my opinion, I feel like it's not really for us to understand.
That's true.
I don't think I didn't make the product. I didn't put it on her. She don't go to bed with me. Whatever you do is what you do. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something where it kind of turns back inwards to say, why am I here? Let me take care of my business while I'm doing what I'm doing. And that energy is going to be around either way. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of human interaction. Like it's always going to be like that. But the strength comes from our decision making and our goals. And pivoting from there, my question was to y'all is, do you have quantifiable, and when I say quantifiable, I'm talking about like ways that we can count plans and goals for our family's future. You know what I'm saying? And just when you're thinking about that, DeMarcus, you mentioned your wife, and I know that a lot of times, a lot of men that are in my life, my peers, my mentors, my friends, when they have a family at home, it seems like they're more apt to have goals that have numbers attached to them or they're more apt to have some type of vision for the family that's coming, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. They tend to kind of lock in. And I know, Nate, we kind of talking about that with you, a couple months back, just kind of preparing for this fatherhood journey that you now on. And then Jarrell, you got a new life acquisition that you've had over the years. So I mean, I'm talking to y'all just from a man's point of view. Like for me, the quantifiable goal that I have right now and plans is like, I want to eventually be comfortable enough to where I like $10,000 is my goal. I'm gonna put that out there. We're throwing it into the atmosphere. I want to make $10,000 a month doing things that are not my job, right? Not my actual job where I make my income. I'm a personal trainer. I sell books. I do other things. I want $10,000 in revenue coming in within the next year. Now, crazy could be for some people, but to me, it makes rational sense because of what I've seen that it could actually be done if I do it strategically. You know what I'm saying? Like I put together a plan of action. And DeMarcus, why you shake your head? No, you talking to somebody?
The Cowboys.
I'm sorry.
Oh, the Cowboys. You know what y'all gonna do. You know what y'all gonna do.
They lost.
You know what y'all gonna do. But
you're a Bears fan. Stop it.
What's some quantifiable goals and plans? Maybe. And if y'all don't have none, it's okay. I mean, I'm just kind of bringing this up to the group, the lobby, just to see what you guys. I mean, I don't know what you guys got going right now. So, what's some quantifiable plans?
I had an older guy make me feel foolish behind that before I got married. He's like, a foolish man has goals, a year and less. Just a year and less.
Okay.
But a wise man can plan out his whole future. And at the time, I was like, yeah, but you don't know where you're going to be. You don't know if you're going to be alive, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I understand that, but you still plan it out. Same, analogy that we've heard all life. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. So he's like, a wise man will plan, 5, 10, 20 years down the road. He said, just like a business, if a business only has a plan for the next year, they have a high chance of failing. But if a business plan has a business plan for a 15, 20-year period, then they can plan it, they can make their adjustments, and they can keep on that same road to success. So I like the question you posed, because even in my current life, yes, I have gotten to a point to where you have a financial plan, I have a spiritual plan. I want these kids and my wife to be able to be a representation of not only me, but of the one that we worship, so that if I were to die or leave today, they have spiritual, a mental, and a financial plan that can continue to keep going whether I'm here or not. And when you talk about dealing with a family, as a man, I feel like if you haven't gotten to that point, please sit down, write down something so that you can get to that point, because I feel like it is foolish. If you were to leave and, if it's in the process, it's in the process. But if you were to leave and your family's lost and just out here wandering aimlessly, then I feel like some of that falls on you. So a quantifiable plan for us was, to get in church, to get the Bible study to where they can rattle off certain verses, Bible verses, stories, know certain things about our faith and our religion, to be able to fend off a tax. We are teaching them the 70-30 rule as far as the money rule, to where they can learn to live off of 70% of the money that they get. They do it now. I told my kids, I said, I guarantee you I can make all y'all millionaires. I just need y'all to listen. Because if you start now, it's a guarantee. In 15, 20 years, you'll be there, but you just got to do it now. Then we have a family structural plan as far as our living status and everything. So if you don't have those plans, I just feel like you're left in the foolish pile to just kind of wander around, and that's a hurtful life to live.
Yeah. Like DeMarcus said, spiritual goals. I mean, I have I guess mine are more, I have some short-term goals because I'm tired of renting things. I kind of want to, I know our house is probably one of the biggest investments that we can all kind of have. And I want to get a house. I want to start investing in a house. So, once you get a house, you can put, you invest in a house, you can, at these points, about $300,000-$400,000. So,
yeah,
you get your first house. Maybe you stay in it a couple years. If you want to stay in it, pay it off for 30 years, or you might stay in it for a couple years. Look at the dog.
You're laid up.
Yeah, you might want to build some equity, sell the house. So right now, short-term goal is kind of like a house, but the same thing DeMarcus said, spiritual goals, financial goals. Kerry, you've been knowing me, well, all y'all been knowing me for a long time, but living beneath our means is one of the biggest things I've been trying to do. And even more now because I'm looking at houses and I'm seeing how much they cost. I mean, I've been not going out as much, living under that rock like I used to tell Kerry. Because that's really, like I said, one of my big short-term goals is a house right now. But spiritually it's huge because, like DeMarcus said, I don't ever want to leave my family behind and they don't even know where to go. I think God is huge. It kind of gives you a foundation. So if we don't even go to church, we'll watch church or listen to sermons or read the Bible and everything. But like I said, I think the big thing right now, like I say, short term, is trying to invest in myself with the house and saving up some money. So,
and before you go, Nate, I was thinking about this as you was talking, Jarrell, because I know you big on goals. You always, I know you write them down all the time. And as I was thinking about what DeMarcus was saying in regards to the family being aware as to what the goals are and what the plan is, I was listening to someone else talk about. So when you talk about like a plan, a lot of times people talk about what they're gonna do, right? They'll say the plan and the goal is like I said, my goal is make 10,000 a month, right? They'll say, okay, that's the goal, right? But what's the plan to make $10,000 a month? Like, what's the actual business proposal of sorts where you could literally lay it out, write it out, and then present it to somebody as if like you're pitching it, you know what I'm saying? Would they invest or would they not invest? And looking at, you know what I'm saying, your own life, like, I think that's just the next step for me is to make that more routine because I've been making goals, but then taking a plan, like a detailed plan and saying, okay, this is how much I'm going to do every day to be able to make sure I hit that goal of 10 grand. How many clients do I have to have legitimately to hit 10 grand a month? I did the math already. And okay, how am I going to go about gaining those new clients to be able to make sure I can hit 10 grand a month? How can I retain them? What steps do I have to take? You know, I feel what I'm saying? Daily. So I just kind of want to throw that out there too, in regards to seeing a plan as like the business proposal. And then the goal is like the North Star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I totally agree with everything y'all said. I mean, really the only thing I add, y'all hit all of my points, but for me being the new father, it's the educational developmental side for her. That's like my big goal is how do we hit those educational developmental like milestones and kind of set her up for that future success, whether that's school or just life period, the things that you're teaching the kid. I forgot where I saw it. I want to say probably something on Twitter I seen, but it was a question that was asked like, the school system has a curriculum for your kid. Why don't you have a curriculum for your kid, right? And that really kind of struck a nerve for me because it's like, I mean, we've been educators, me and Carrie, and it's like, dang, yeah, we do have a whole curriculum and somebody else gave that to me. So you being at the point in life that you are mature enough, hopefully, to be a parent, I feel like you should know some of the things that you want to instill in your child. So that's one of the main things for me, like goal-wise and quantifiable is like really how are we going to teach this? Like what lessons are you showing here and there? And it's not just like academic stuff, it's really like character development kind of stuff. So
go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
I was just saying they learn fast, man. You know that, Nate. By the time they 3-4 years old, that's personality. That's who they are. So start young.
And learn about themselves first is probably the best thing you can do for your baby, man. I started to teach my daughter more and more as she started to become a little older about her history. You know what I'm saying? The history of us as Black people, what we've been through, what kind of great things we've done, because some of that stuff they won't get in the school system because of just the way the curriculum, the way it kind of flows. So I try to give that to my daughter for sure. And then I be giving her also just like those principles that we go by in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, when you, as us being who we are, there's certain things that we, like DeMarcus just said, we're going to do. This is us. This is our foundation. When you leave me, you always will have this. Like, you will always know this is what Daddy instilled within me. This is what he left within me. Everywhere I go, I'm still gonna have this. I'll make decisions, but those decisions are based on the premise of I have a foundation. So when I make my decisions, those decisions are my own, but I did have a foundation to work from. So that's kind of aiding me in my decision-making process. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking about that too. So hey man, more power to you, bro. Like, this journey is, shoot, it's a long one. So we own it. We own it to roll and make sure these babies grow for sure.
Yes, sir.
But then which one y'all want to hit on? Y'all want to talk about the I guess we're not gonna talk about the effects of dancing. the dancing man then jumped out the podcast. But Nate, any dummies out there in the world, man? What anybody out here doing that?
What sparked this yesterday? DeMarcus had the video. I think he sent it to the group message. With the dude in the car that shot himself. Like,
yeah,
come on. I tell y'all this, America. Hold on. America. Where the camera at? I'm talking to you, America. Stop being a dummy, bro. Please. There's certain things that you know is not going to end well. That's the main thing. That's how we gonna introduce this. I'm gonna highlight an idiot every time we get on here. Because people do idiotic stuff for no reason. Like, think about yourself, care about yourself.
Man, and bro had the gun. He was flexing at first.
But he was holding it.
Yeah, he was flexing with the gun.
That's the thing, though. If you don't know how to use it, just don't even play with it. That's not a toy, man. It's really not a toy. He could have shot himself somewhere that could have been,
So for those of y'all that don't know, and DeMarcus is coming right back, so we're gonna reset it. We talking about the guy that was on IG that was playing with the gun, that put the gun to his leg and shot his leg, right? And he tripping out, spazzing out because he shot his leg. Why is he spazzing out? I feel like I would have been crying. I probably just cried just to cry, but I wouldn't have been like shocked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I wouldn't have been shocked. I'd have been kind of like, man, I'm dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd have just been like, you dumb. Like, that's dumb. I'm just gonna be dumb in silence. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'd have just, because I'm like, bro, why you making all that noise? You knew you were being dumb. Like, you knew you were being dumb. There's no way, right?
But I think some people don't know that. Well, they do know that guns are not toys.
Some people don't know.
He was trying to be cool. He was trying to be cool.
What'd you say? They don't know that they're dumb.
Bro, you almost shot yourself in the femoral artery.
Yeah.
How you gonna tell this boy mama, your son dead? Ray shot himself in the leg playing with the gun on IG Live. And he blew a hole in his femoral artery and he bled out in 30 seconds because it's gonna happen real quick.
For
and it really ain't no saving you. You hit that one. But people are so, I'm not even gonna say dumb. Unconcerned. People are unconcerned.
But let's look at the root though. Look at the root, right? Look at the root. The root had to be the fact that he's not getting enough attention because he got on Instagram to show us that he had the gun. So to me, I feel like the root gotta be the fact that I need attention. You need attention so bad, you almost killed yourself.
And that goes to the John Moran thing. It's the fascination with guns because like I know some younger people that I have showed how to shoot. They didn't realize it only takes like 4 on a hair trigger, 4 pounds of pressure on a regular trigger, 6 pounds of pressure for that trigger to go off. And then it happens so fast that you don't realize the severity of a trigger. Because you can see how he was playing with that gun. He cocked it. He looked like something that you do off a movie. You know how to cock it, but an avid gun user will keep their finger over the trigger placement. He had his finger inside of there. And it doesn't take much pressure. And as you can see, he shot himself. So that's the ignorance included with the fascination of having the gun.
And you talk about
where I know Nate will say it 1,000 times, don't be a dummy. He didn't have the education of a gun, because even if I have a gun right now, I'm not going to have my finger on the actual trigger.
Why cock it? Why even cock
I would think
it's just that.
Some things got to be kind of like you learn through experience, though, right? And at some point, yes, go out there, please take gun safety classes, everybody. But are you really that stupid that you don't know that the trigger would make the bullet come out?
So
Because
people
if you are, we have a bigger issue.
I think it's all about context.
They don't know how easy it is to pull the trigger. But why cock the gun? That's the thing with me. If I'm showing off my gun, first of all, like DeMarcus said, I'm probably gonna open the gun and see that there's not a bullet in there. If I'm playing with it, I'm opening the show like, oh, no bullets in here, so I can't shoot myself. He cocked it, showed the bullet in. Yeah.
Like you got to be a special kind of fool.
Who are you? Who was he around? That's the real question. Who was
other people who can't read at the 3rd grade level carry their all?
Oh wow.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So you are some of the 5 people you spend the most time around. I would be if I was a betting man, I'd say the other 4 guys he like to hang with would do the same thing. So y'all just be careful and protect y'all's mindsets, man. Protect everything and protect the people in your family that you know have the inclination to do things like this. Because we all got family members that, I mean, I don't know, maybe y'all don't. I'm gonna say I know I have family members and friends that I say they're friends, but they're like people that I like care about. I have the inclination to do things that might be considered dumb. So it's important that I bring to their attention that, hey, Ray, that don't make a lot of sense. Like, to me,
why they all gotta be Ray?
I ain't always gotta be Ray, but this time he's Ray. Because I just feel like a Ray would shoot himself in the leg. Like
Cheddar Bob
shot himself. Cheddar Bob, don't play with the gun, Cheddar Bob. Like,
don't be Plaxico Burrs.
Don't be Plaxico. That's what I'm saying. It's a thing. That's a normal thing to shoot yourself. Like, it's actually a common thing.
But here again, can we not learn from commonality? It's been a lot of accidental shootings. We talk about the importance of locking your guns up because we hear about kids all the time finding a gun in the home, discharging it, whether they hit themselves, hit somebody else. I think earlier this year, the girl found a gun at home, took the gun to the school and shot the teacher. We hear about this stuff all the time. So at some point, your brain, I think we talked about the development of kids, like what my goal was, right? Develop your child not to be an idiot, number one. Make them think. Try to actually make them think, even if it's something that you're not that good at yourself. Ask questions like, what do you think is the outcome of this? How does this actually play out? Because you should know this by now. Play with a gun, something go get shot. 9 times out of 10, that's what's gonna happen.
Some people some people have to bump their heads, Nate. They can't learn from seeing others. I feel you. I'm one of the
don't want to free lessons.
You showed me. I'm like, all right. I saw you do it. It didn't look like it felt good. I'm out on that one. But some people just have to try it.
Well, there's so many people. There's so many people out here that believe it can't be them. You know what I'm saying?
That's the news. That's movie.
Yeah. The head will become the tail. The tail will become the head, right, DeMarcus? So at the end of the day, you will be that person potentially. Or at least potentially, like you could be that person. So you just got to say, like, let me go through all the options. What could possibly happen here? And I think that really does take a level of maturity. And some people haven't gotten that yet. And because they haven't, we get to see publicly them take these L's, and we better learn, or else we next.
Practice better risk management. That's really what it is. That's what life is, bro. Practice risk management.
Thanks. So how we unlocking the light, boys? What we gonna leave with the people?
Cowboys lost to the defeated Cardinals, who are now 1-2.
Yeah.
Buckeyes.
Yeah, that's why I was over here. I held it in pretty good. I was over here kind of mad. But
you good now.
It's regular season, whatever. It's football. For the people, trust God. Lean not on your own understanding. Because some things you won't understand. It
Talk
just
to
happens,
him.
you know. But sometimes God makes stuff happen, you know, to create a new path for you. It might bring brighter futures. So sometimes bad things happen and you get down on yourself. But if you don't give up, it might be better for you. So
bad things happen to good people. For sure.
I saw one of my Instagram mutuals putting a little note earlier today. I think it was today. If it brings you closer to God, then it was worth it. And I feel like that's something good to live by. Sometimes it's gonna be up, it's gonna be down, but if it brings you closer to, I think God is even just a general way of saying it. If it brings you more understanding, if it brings you to a better place in your life, if it's something that helps you grow, then it was worth it. It might be ugly in the moment. It might not always feel good, but if you can actually take something positive away from it, those are the experiences that we got to go through in life.
Yeah, that part. And then DeMarcus, what you got, bro? What you leaving with the people?
You don't like the Dallas Cowboys. F you.
You just did you the whole all of them? Like everybody don't like to get Dallas Cowboys. We just
hey man.
Put
The
your
storm don't last out. The sun will come back out. You know what I'm saying? We got a
sun
whole
will
other game
come
next
back
week.
out.
You know, the storm, it look ugly when the storm coming and when the storm here, but guess what? At some point, the sun will be back out. Yeah, man. We be back, Cowboys. We be back. We be back.
Hey man, you know what? I tell all you Cowboy fans and all my Bears fans.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, y'all just like us, right? Y'all just like us. Right?
No, they
y'all
were in the game at some point.
Yeah, I'm about to say no. Don't
They
do that.
had a fighting chance.
Hey man, it's about the process, not the destination.
How long is the process?
I don't know, but it's about the process, the journey, not the destination.
If the process goes for more than 10 years, you're on the wrong process.
That means that our process,
unless it is a truly long-term
process,
successful NFL team is not a 20-year plan.
Hey, Nate, run your race, brother. Run your race, brother. What y'all got going on over there in Philly, man? Don't be worried about us.
Whoa, we can't really say too much. Can't say too much about the Eagles.
Y'all about to do one Jalen Hurts ankle roll from a beer just like us. So let's go ahead and relax, my G. Let's go ahead and relax. Be Like Podcast, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to podcasts. You know, we here to give y'all light, love, and happiness, all that good stuff. Make sure if you got anything you want to talk about, hop in the DMs, let us know. We regular dudes, so we willing to chop it up with you, as long as you ain't talking crazy or being a dummy. But yeah.
Just know that Kerry said that he has his own place. He is preparing a place.
Thank you.